Hello dear students, how are you? Hope you are all well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Dear students, I am Enamul Islam, assistant teacher of Sher-e-Bangla School and College, and I am welcoming you to Dhaka Online School. Dear students, today I am going to discuss a very important grammatical topic, and our today's topic is use of right form of verbs. Dear students, use of right form of verbs is a very important part in English grammar. Dear students, now I am going to start our class. There I will show you how you will use verb in properly and or correct form. Look at the students. Number 1, if always, every day, regularly, often, generally, daily, usually, occasionally, normally is used in the sentence. Do you know? Always, every day, regularly, often, generally, daily, usually, occasionally, normally, these are adverbs. When we get these adverbs in the sentence, how we will use the verb in the sentence. If we get these adverbs in the sentence will be present indefinite tense. The sentence will be present indefinite tense. You know the structure of present indefinite tense. If we form a present indefinite tense, first we will use a subject, then we will use the present form of the verb, then we will use object. Here I told you in my tense class, I told you that if the subject is third person a singular number and the sentence is in present indefinite tense, we will use s or es with the verb, and except third person singular number, first person, second person or third person plural number, we will just use the present form of the verb in the present indefinite tense. So let's rewrite the following sentences. Look, he always helped the poor. Here we have used always. So this sentence will be in present indefinite tense. So, and the subject is third person singular number. So we will use s or es with this verb. The sentence will be he always helps the poor. Look, helps. I have used an extra s with help because the subject is third person singular number. Look at the another sentence. A good student prepare his lessons daily. What will you write to rewrite this sentence? Here we have used daily, adverb daily. As we have used daily, so the sentence will be present indefinite. So if we rewrite the sentence, we will write good student. Good students, third person singular number. So we will write prepares. Good student prepares his lessons daily. Okay, look at the third sentence. Generally we go to school at 10 a.m. Here adverb generally is used here. So this sentence will be in present indefinite tense. So we will write generally we go, and go is verb and subject is we first person. So we will not use any s or es with go. To school at 10 a.m. Dear students, I hope you have understood this rule of use of right form of verb very easily. Dear students, let's see the another rule of use of right form of verbs. Look, if now, at present, at this moment is used, the sentence will be present continuous. Here, now, at present, at this moment. If these at are used in any sentence, the sentence will be in present continuous. And you know the structure of present continuous tense. First, you will use subject, then you will use am, is, or are, which is necessary, then before. Do you know what is before? Before means we will use ing with present form of the verb. Then we will use object. I repeat, first we will use subject, then we will use am, is, are with the subject as auxiliary verb. Then we will use ing with the present form of the verb. Then we will write the rest of the part of the sentence. Okay? Let's see the example. They play football now. As we have got now in this sentence, then it is clear to us that the sentence will be in present continuous. So we will make this sentence present continuous. They are playing. They are playing football now. Got it? Look at another example. He watches TV at this moment. Look, at this moment. Here that is used at this moment. When we get this in the sentence, it is clear to us that the sentence will be present continuous. So, what can we write to rewrite this sentence? Try yourself. He is watching. He is watching TV at this moment. Okay, dear students, let's see the next example. At present, I read a book. At present. At present has used in this sentence. So, the sentence will be in present continuous. Okay, and it is very easy to you to make this sentence present continuous. At present, I am reading a book. That means if we get now, at present, at this moment in the sentence, we just make this sentence present continuous. And how you will make present continuous? You will use am, is, are as auxiliary verb after the subject, and you will use ing with the present form of the verb. Okay? Dear students, let's see the another rule. If just now, recently, yet, ever, lately is used in the sentence, then the sentence will be present perfect tense. Do you know the structure of the perfect tense, present perfect tense? Yes, I think you know. The structure of the present perfect tense is subject, then has or have, then V3, then object. We will use has or have after the subject to make a sentence into present perfect tense. Then we will use past participle verb after has or have. Then we will use rest of the sentence. Okay, dear students, let's see the example. The boy go out just now. Look, we have used just now, and as I have used just now in this sentence, the sentence will be present perfect tense. So we will write the boy third person singular number, so we will use has. The boy has gone. First participle form of go is gone. Out just now. Look at the another sentence. My father gifted me a book recently. Recently, here recently is used. So the sentence will be present perfect tense. So the sentence will be my father has gifted me a book recently. Okay. Now look at the third sentence. I just do the work. Here just is used. As just is used, so the sentence will be in present perfect tense, and the sentence will be I have. I first person, so have is used. I have just done the work. The past participle form of do is done, so I have written done in the work. So dear students, if you get just now, recently, yet, lately, etc. in the sentence, you will make them present perfect tense. Okay, dear students, now I will show you the rule number 4. Look at the board. If yesterday, ago, last plus time means last week, last month, last year, etc. is used in the sentence, it will be past indefinite tense. If we use, or if yesterday, ago, last plus time, last year, last night, last week, last month, etc. is used in the sentence, it will be past indefinite tense. Past indefinite tense. What is the structure of past indefinite tense? The structure of past indefinite tense is subject plus V2. V2 means past form of the verb plus object. Very easy. If we get these words that indicate past time, then we will make them past indefinite tense. Look at the sentence. He leave home last night. Here last night. So it is, last night is a word that indicates past time. So the sentence will be past indefinite tense. He, past form of leave is left. He left home last night. My brother buy a computer yesterday. Yesterday is used in the sentence. So the sentence will be past indefinite. So what can I write it? I can write my brother bought a computer yesterday. Look at another sentence. I see you long ago. Ago is used. So it is also in present indefinite tense. So the sentence will be I saw, past form of see. I saw you long ago. Now, dear students, you can easily rewrite this kind of sentence which contains last plus time, ago, yesterday in the sentence. Now I will show you the rule number 5. Look at the board. If tomorrow or next plus time means next day, next week, next month, next year, etc. is used, the sentence will be future indefinite. Okay? If we get tomorrow or next plus time, that means next week, next day, next month, next year, these are the words that indicate future time. If you get this kind of words which indicates a future time, the sentence will be future indefinite. And you know the structure of future indefinite. We will use subject plus shall or will plus present form of verb plus object. It is the structure of future indefinite, and you know the structure. So look at the example. I go home tomorrow. I go home tomorrow. Here I have used tomorrow. Tomorrow is a word which indicates future time. So the sentence will be future indefinite. I shall go home tomorrow. Look at the second sentence. They visit my house next week. Next week. So the sentence will be future indefinite. They will visit my house next week. Dear students, I hope now you will be able to rewrite these kinds of sentence where tomorrow, next plus time is used, because if this word that indicates future time, just you will make this sentence into future indefinite. Dear students, let's see the another rule, and it is the last rule for today's class. Let's see, universal truth or habitual facts. If we get universal truth or habitual fact, what we will do? Universal truth and habitual facts are always in present indefinite tense. Look at the example. The sun rises in the east. The sun rises in the east. It is a universal truth. So it will be in present indefinite tense. The sun rises in the east. The sun is third person singular number. So I have used an extra s with rise, because we know in present indefinite tense, if subject is present third person singular number, the verb carries a extra s or es with it. So the sun rises in the east. Ice float on water. It is also present indefinite tense. Ice floats on water flows. Dear students, no more today. I have showed you 6 rules today, and I have tried to clear the concept with examples. I hope if you learn it at your home, you will be able to rewrite these kinds of sentences using right form of verb very easily. So, dear students, I have no more time today, and I want to thank you to participate with me in my class. See you again in my next class, and bye.